In the Irish Sea, between Scotland and Ireland, this small nation is a beacon of beautifulness. 572 square kilometers of history, heritage, and nature. Isle of Man. I will take you all with me on a trip to Isle of Man and its capital, Douglas. With a little over 84,000 inhabitants, this it's quite a small nation, cloaked with emerald hilltops, sapphire waters, and scenic roads and paths. From the old castle of Pill to the modern shopping center of Douglas, let's explore this beautiful island nation. For 4 almost full days, I'll explore this island and take you with me on the journey. Let's start with the beginning. Tuesday, 7 November 2023, day 1. On this day, I took a KLM, Dutch, plane to London, and from London Heathrow, a propeller plane to Douglas Airport. And here I saw the national symbol, Isle of Man, the 3 feet, the Triskalion, the symbol of Isle of Man. 3 legs tumbling, rolling. It's an ancient symbol used by ancient civilizations all over the globe, which stands for movement, motion. I landed on the airport, and of course, the airport isn't right in the city of Douglas. It's a few miles away. So I looked up the bus schedule. I waited for the bus, and the bus arrived. I wanted to step in and couldn't buy a bus ticket because bank account wasn't working over there. So I ran through the most near ATM and, got me some money to pay the bus driver to take me to Douglas. A room. Literally just arrived. Quite an hassle. My my cards didn't work, so I couldn't pay for the bus. My mobile phone internet didn't work, so I couldn't upgrade my phone or change my debit card to Isle of Man, to international. So it was quite a hassle, but we arrived, and right now we're in my hotel room in Douglas. So it's right now 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So let's see if we can find somewhere to eat, and let's get rolling. Wednesday, 8 November 2023, day 2. And it was quite a heavy day, quite a lot to do. I went to St. Mary's Isles, went on finding a map because, of course, my internet problems. Went to the Manx Museum in Douglas, and of course, did the Port Sodrick Marine Drive hike. But first, finding a map. I went all over the place. I went to bookstores. I went to hotels, asking for maps, and they just didn't have it. Finally, at the port of Douglas, they finally had a little store where they sold some maps. So I finally could, navigate my way through the city, and I went on to the first the first objective of today, St. Mary's Isle and the Tower of Refuge. It was erected in 1832. This tower's purpose is to provide food and shelter for castaways near the Bay of Douglas. Bread and water were stowed away in this tower, a beautiful and must-watch landmark of Douglas. After finding a map in the sea terminal near St. Mary's Isle, I decided it was time for some cultural stuff and went on my way to the Manx Museum in Douglas around 11 a.m. Here we can see the map of the island from 1610 AD. This museum tells you everything about Isle of Man all the way back from ancient times till today. Definitely worth a visit. Isle of Man has a real rich Viking history, and according to Irish annals, the Vikings first set foot on the Isle of Man in the year of 798, and by the year 820 they had conquered and settled in the Isle of Man, established a prosperous Viking colony, and that benefited greatly from the trade between Ireland and the Scottish Islands. And on this not very nice photo, if I say myself, you see a real nice replica of how the people of, the Vikings would have lived and looked around, or looked at those times. The years of the 1200s and 1300s were quite a time of change. The king of Manx and the Isles even said in the year of our Lord 1265 on the 24th November, Magnus, son of Olaf, king of Man, and the Isles died at Castle of Russian and was buried at St. Mary's Abbey in Russian. In 1265, King of Magnus Olafsson died without leaving a direct heir to their throne, as Magnus had owned alliances to the King of Norway. The Kingdom of Man and the Isles came under Norwegian control until transferred to Scotland in 1266. The Age of Empire. Through the 19th century, Britain fought in Africa, India, and China to protect and expand her empire. These were all times of great patriotism, and the Manx people wholeheartedly engaged in these enterprises. For those women and children at home, they became the basis of stirring tales of heroism. On the Isle of Man, as elsewhere, patriotism expressed itself through the formation of volunteer regiments, which had a strong social side. They were products of the communities from which they sprang, with officers from the local gentry and soldiers of the town and villages. There are some noticeable key events. The Second Sikh War, of course, the Crimean War between Britain and Russia in the 1800s, the Indian Mutiny, the First Indian War of Independence, the Second China War, the Opium War, the Zulu War, the Second Boer War, of course, in South Africa, and the Boxer Upspring in China. Soldiers of Isle of Man stood besides their English Britain comrades and fought in the wars. After walking through this amazing museum, I went on a very long walk, the Port Sodrick walk, and I will show you all the photos and the videos and will talk to you over there. Port Sodrick. So I hope we made it. It's pretty cold. I guess this will be the route, I don't know for sure, but nevertheless, one-way trip is around 12 kilometers, so back and forth I guess will be around 25 if we're that unlucky of walking the wrong way. So perhaps I'm now walking on this route. Castle. On there is the poppy, one of the symbols for the fallen heroes in World War One, mostly on the fields of Belgium and north of France. Over there, I hope I can zoom in. You can get lost here. Just one road. On our way to Port Sodrick. nature is still beautiful, but after between 8 and 10 kilometers walking non-stop, I can feel it a little. Road again. Not gonna lie, it's quite a long walk. Pretty much uphill, downhill, bus, or walk it all the way. I noticed there are no street slides in any part of this route, so I guess, well, I embarked on this mission to see the other part of this island, and I want to go for a walk. I like hiking, and right now, oh, what's this? Ah. Alright, let's see where this leads us to. I hope to the city, because otherwise... Alright. What was I talking about? This is part of the hiking trail of Isle of Man. I can't pronounce it, but as you saw, just a way marker of it. Seems like quite slippery. Yeah, it's going down. Alright, we're this close to it, Port Sodrick. Going uphill there, over there again. I hope you all can notice by my slurred words that I'm a little bit tired at the moment. Quite a walk already. And it's getting dark, so I think I have to go back by bus. Nice tree. Well, we will find a city, and otherwise I have to go back all the way, but still quite. There's some kind of visitor center in the back over there, but I noticed a fence blocking the entrance of the, well, let's call it beach part. See smell over here. Oh, alright, the fence is on the other side. Okay, nice. Well, what a nice place. I almost wish I had my tent with me, but over there. Paddy fish. Images of two soldiers, and the gate is closed, so I guess I can't go in, but it's some kind of memorial. Port Sodrick, Manx National Glen. Alright. This isn't what I wanted it to reach, but it's something of Port Sodrick. Alright, I didn't mean to get here, but I guess nice. And now I don't know which way to go. But it's a nice glen. Let's go this way. This is the broadest of the paths, so I guess this is the main, well, main entrance or main road or main thingy. What a nice place. Sodrick Glen. Port Sodrick Glen. Alright. So this is Port Sodrick Glen. Quite a nice walk, quite a nice place to be, nature and all. So I will go back and I'll go back to my hotel in Douglas. Let's see where this road leads us to. Oh, it's quite a big step. Oh. With myself, if I should do this instead of returning already. And we're on our way back. Hopefully I will be back before dark. This is the 10th time or something like that I said that. We're back here. And already I have to state that I'm tired. But well, it was all worth it. I've seen more of the island. Tomorrow I will go to Bill by bus, but this was a nice walk, long walk, but still nice. From now on it's all walking back along the coast, so nothing too difficult with navigation, only this part and the part in the harbour of Douglas, but well, at least we're in Douglas again then. Ah, man, really wish there would be something to sit on, but for now let us just continue the path. And again, this is part of the walking trail, hiking trail of Isle of Man, which I can't pronounce the name of. And after a amazing stroll up the hill with great view of the city of Pil and Pil Castle, you know, standing in the rain, standing in the cooled air on the top of Pil. Afterwards, I went back and went to sleep. And it's time for Friday, the 10th of November, 2023, day 4. And this is actually the day I travel back. I had quite an early flight, so I took the bus to the airport, went on my 2 flights back home, bought a nice Japanese whiskey discounted on Schiphol, the Dutch airport, and had some well-deserved rest. So thank you all for watching. Have a nice day. Ciao.